Hey everybody, this is Marlon Fan from 1995, and it's finally time for my spoiler talk and review of Transformers Age of Extinction. It's been quite a long time since the movie came out, almost a month since the movie's come out, and I still have not been able to do this yet, and I apologize for that. It's just, after doing so many videos back last month, it's just been just hard for me to get the energy to make a video. So that's why you haven't been seeing that many in the month of July, but finally going to start this Transformers Age of Extinction spoiler talk series. Don't know exactly how many videos it's going to be, but today I'm going to be talking about from the beginning of the film all the way up until the car chase with Shane driving the Chevy Sonic. So I'm going to stop right before the car chase. So, first of all, the movie starts off with no Optimus Prime speech. It is the first Transformers movie to not have Optimus Prime speak at the beginning of the movie and kind of give us a status update of either something that happened in the past or how the past is connected to this storyline in the current time. Optimus Prime does not talk. What happens is we see the spaceships of the creators who. Not sure exactly who those are yet, but I'm assuming that they are going to be the Quintessons. But we see the spaceships of the creators, and then the title comes up, and it says Transformers. And then when I first saw the movie, I was like, oh, they're not going to say Age of Extinction, they're just going to say Transformers. But then Age of Extinction came afterwards, so that was definitely a new type of title sequence that they did. No speech, boom, we got the title right away, and then we go to prehistoric times, and we have the dinosaurs, and we focus on one little dinosaur who you just want to root and root and root to make it through, even though you know he's eventually gonna die, but they actually don't show it on screen. They make him as the survivor of the creators coming down and turning everything into transformium so that they can in turn create the Transformers. So that is how the Transformers are first created. Now, then we have the whole confusing thing about, okay, how does the Allspark fit into this? And I might make another video just kind of talking about how the history of how Transformers are created. We got the Allspark, we got the creators, we got the Transformium. Probably a little confusing, but if you kind of connect the dots enough, then you can kind of put 2 and 2 together and get 4. So next we have Darcy, and we're introduced to Darcy as the first human character in the film, and she comes upon these frozen dinosaurs in the Arctic, but not only are they frozen, they also are covered with transformium, and Darcy's job is to get the transformium and deliver it to KSI so that they can end up making Transformers of their own, but we don't know that yet. Now, those dinosaurs that we see in the Arctic, those are actual dinosaurs. They are not Dinobots at all. They're not like extra Dinobots that we did not see in this film. They are just actual Earth dinosaurs. Next, now some of this stuff might be a little bit out of order because I'm trying to remember it. I saw the movie 4 times, but some things I might have missed or not caught. So we see some flashbacks. It's like I'm British all of a sudden. We can have some flashbacks. So we have some flashbacks of Transformers: Dark of the Moon and the Chicago battle. And this is right before we see Harold Attinger for the first time. So we see, some news coverage of Transformers: Dark of the Moon Chicago battle, and this is something that I really wanted to see in this movie. I wanted at least a little bit of a reference to the last film, and we do get that more so than even the Remember Chicago billboard. We actually do get to see some clips from the Chicago battle, and that's kind of formed into, how the Transformers are being treated afterwards. And we even see a little bit of aftermath from Chicago. We see kind of like a big layout of Chicago, and we see a crashed alien spaceship, and we see some cleanup. And I thought that was really cool, and I was really pleasantly surprised by that, because that's something that I really wanted to see in the movie before heading into watching it. Next, we have, Attinger, and we have his, whole, the Transformers must be gone stuff. And then we get to Ratchet's death. Now, Ratchet's death has to be the most painful thing to watch out of all of the Transformers movies. And, I saw it the first time and I was like, oh no, but you know, I was still kind of hyped up on the movie, so it didn't kill my mood that much. But each time I watched this movie, that death just got worse and worse and worse. And then by the, you know, I think the third time it hit me the most. I'm like, man, Ratchet, man, that's just like, that's awful. Brutal death. I mean, Ratchet is, begging for his life. He's fleeing. He's running from the humans. He's saying, I'm an Autobot. I'm injured. I'm a friend. And then the humans just have no mercy for him. And then Lockdown comes and he just, hits him hard with. I'm getting choked up. So Lockdown comes and he hits him hard with one of his missiles, and Ratchet is trying to cling on to life, and he tries to shoot a couple of humans. Not sure if he ends up killing any at all. I kind of hope he does deep down. Yeah, I hope he brought some down with him. But ultimately Ratchet gets taken down, and he's just kind of laying there, and he is so deformed. He is completely torn up. Does not look like Ratchet anymore. And Lockdown comes as I get a text. I'm going to put that on silent, actually. So Lockdown comes. He does this little neck roll type thing. And then you just know Lockdown is going to be one awesome, character. And Lockdown comes. He does the neck roll thing. And he's like, he's mine. And then he ends up taking Ratchet's life in such a heart-wrenching way. And it had to have been the best death of any Autobot in the movies. And I think this is what the most screen time Ratchet has ever gotten. And he only had one scene in this movie. But what really hit you hard is, about this is Ratchet is, the only other Autobot besides Bumblebee and Optimus Prime that has lasted through all of the movies. And he's a medic, and he's a peaceful guy. And I think that's really what hits you hardest, is just that, he's a medic, and he's not a true fighter, even though he has participated in the battles, and he was just kind of begging for his life. And it was just really heart-wrenching to watch, and, bravo by, everyone that, orchestrated this, including Michael Bay and Aaron Kruger. And that was just, it really hit you. Next, we get to the Texas scenes, and we're introduced to Mark Wahlberg and Tessa. I mean, not Mark Wahlberg. We're introduced to Cade and Tessa, and they're in small town Texas. They live on this massive property, but they're having some money problems. So we first see Mark Wahlberg. He's driving in his truck, and then we have Tessa, and she's driving in with some groups of friends, and we have the funny realtor lady scene, which everyone in my theater thought was hilarious. So it was funny scene. And then I have to mention, great music. The music in this movie was just it was superb by Steve Jablonsky. Now I know a lot of people are saying, well, it's nothing compared to the first Transformers movie or Dark of the Moon, but on its own, it's a great score, and Jablonsky really did a great job, especially in the Texas scenes. The Texas scenes, I love the mellow thing with, they kind of had Imagine Dragons, worked on the song Tessa that was on the EP. Really love that song, very calming and smooth. And also in Imagine Dragons also sang a surprise song, All For You. Desperately waiting for that to come out. Love that song, and everything just, the Texas scenes were just greatly orchestrated, and they were the best parts of the movie. So Lucas, we're introduced to Lucas, and Lucas, he was a funny guy. He was funny. T.J. Miller did a great job. So I enjoyed the Lucas character very much. Kind of lighten the mood. I liked the kind of the football scene when him and Cade found Optimus Prime in the theater. So that was nice, cool scene there. I liked the theater scene of all that stuff, and Cade was trying to buy some things, and but the football scene, it got laughs every time I've seen the movie. So Rusty Optimus Prime, we'll kind of skip ahead over to when Cade activates Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime is freaked out. He's scared. He's worried about the humans that he's seeing in front of him, and he's just really flustered and nervous. and kind of much like Sentinel Prime, but he's kind of more like an injured puppy dog when Sentinel Prime was just like attack. But you really made it was like you really felt for Optimus Prime. Like he, it was sad, and it was like, you know, looking, you thought to the past 3 movies when he's like this heroic hero, this heroic, you know, leader, and you know, now you see him and he's all torn down and rusted up and injured, and he's, you know, really, you know, hard times with, you know, he's separated from his Autobots, and he's worried, he's like, my Autobots, you know, where, and then it's just a really, you know, the beginning of this movie had such emotional scenes, and you know, just the Texas parts were just, you know, my favorite scenes of the movie. They were just so well done, and but in Optimus Prime's truck mode, it was great. I loved it. I wish he would have stayed in that mode throughout the whole movie. I love the G1 type truck and everything, and even his transformations when he was in that truck. It was awesome. So then we have so now we have Cemetery Wind, and they're coming, and they come and try to get Optimus Prime, and we have the whole very emotional, another emotional scene of Tessa about to be shot, and Cade, he's so helpless, he doesn't know what to do, and then we see this look on Optimus Prime's face that really captures his emotion. He's just like, he's sitting there and he's contemplating coming out, and then once he kind of comes to the realization that if he doesn't come out, you know, Tessa will end up dying. He bursts out and he just goes, you know, goes ham on everything, and he tears up the humans that are in the garage. He throws them around, and he's like, "Here I am," and then, you know, really awesome scene. And I just can't say it enough on how much I loved the Texas scenes. Favorite part of the franchise, hands down. And then so after that, they load up into the car. That Shane comes, that has no driver at first, but you could kind of argue that maybe his seat was back and they were kind of hiding the reveal that it was Shane. But, you know, it's kind of an odd scene to say the least. So Shane's like, alright, get in the car, and then the car chase, you know, starts, and with Optimus Prime and Lockdown fighting as well at the same time. And I will start there on my next spoiler talk video. At this point, it was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best movie of all time. That is what I was thinking up until the Texas scenes. And then, you know, towards the second half, it started to slow down a little bit, but still very good movie. Very, very, very good movie. Enjoyed it a lot. But definitely these beginning scenes, definitely one of my favorites of any movie I've ever seen in my life. So that's that. Starting off with the car chase in the next Transformers 4 spoiler talk, and I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe if you are not a subscriber yet. Closing in on 3,000. I'm really pumped. This is kind of awesome, and you know, I'm gonna be trying to mix up some you know, some new stuff that's coming to the channel, you know, kind of to keep you guys occupied until Transformers 5 news starts again. So, until next time, I'm Fan95. See you guys.
You're on YouTube. That movie was awesome. It was awesome. Oh my god. Everybody liked it. The movie was awesome. Review coming soon. Yeah.